Hey, friends! Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast with your host, Nicole
and Hannah. Come join us for some hopeful conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing.
Hey, Hallmarkies! We're back for another episode. Hannah was unable to make it today, but I'm joined by my sweet friend, Kerri, to chat about the Wedding Veil Journey.
I love this movie.
Yes, me too. It was directed by Ron Oliver and written by Karen Berger and Lori Wilde, who wrote the book There Goes the Bride. Tracy and Nick agree to set aside work to make time for a long overdue honeymoon to Greece. When they are stranded on a secluded island, they confront their life choices.
Their arrival at that hotel, though.
Yeah, let's just talk about that.
Traveling in style.
They get there late and the hotel is all booked up.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward.
Yeah. Go on your honeymoon and you don't have any place to stay. Oh, my word. I have to say, though, I think they handled it a little more gracefully than I would have. I would have been falling to pieces a little more than they did.
Yeah. And we hear in the scene, when they get to the hotel and they find out that it's all booked, they're trying to figure out what to do. And Tracy is a little guarded, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As Teresa would say, the quintessential New Yorker.
Yes. But before that, let's back up a little bit and go to the beginning of the movie. Nick and Tracy are leaving notes for each other, which I thought was really sweet.
I thought it was adorable because, it was sad that they were like missing each other the whole time, but I thought it was adorable. And it wasn't like just one spot in the house. It was like randomly throughout the house that they would find these notes for each other. So they were still being flirtatious.
Yes.
Even though their notes were like, how about dinner tomorrow night? Well, did you forget I was going out of town this weekend? Like whatever. But the actual how they went about it was still very cute and flirtatious. So
yeah. Can we just talk about the moment before they arrive in Greece when they are talking about how they miss each other, which I thought was really sweet, and then deciding where to go by spinning the globe.
I'm not quite that adventurous. Not gonna lie. I'm not.
I don't have the lines written down, but that dialogue was perfect.
Oh, yes. Yes. I love how they like spin the globe. And I think the first one was like Costa Rica or something. She's like,
I think so.
Bad. And he's like, yeah, you remember my ex-fiance that started her own restaurant? And they're like, yeah, let's not do Costa Rica. So then they spin it again, and I don't remember where it lands, but it's somewhere that Tracy knows people. So they spin it again, and they're like, know anybody in Greece? Nope. Okay, let's go. Oh, my word. So cute.
And the comedy continues when Nick and Tracy arrive at the inn on the nearby island of Lindos by riding donkeys.
Yeah. Not sure I would handle that very well either, to tell you the truth.
This scene, I don't know what it is. It's probably just the fact that they rode donkeys, but it reminds me of Alexis Bledell's character's storyline in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants when she first gets there, because part of her family, I think it's her grandparents, they live in Greece. And I think I could be wrong on the location. I think it's Santorini, and she has to ride a donkey up to get to her grandparents' house.
Wow.
Yeah. And that is a great movie for anyone that has not seen it. You should watch it. It's really good.
I'll put it on my list.
Classic rom-com. I love the scene when Tracy meets Leo and Xander. And Xander is Tessa's brother, who is the chef at the inn. This little exchange between Tracy and Leo is really cute when she says that she is a history buff and he wants to know what a buff is.
Yeah.
And then he shows her the drawing or portrait that he did of her.
Mm-hmm.
And a few seconds after that is when Nick walks up. And then I think Xander after that.
Mm-hmm. Don't eat here. Save yourself.
Yes. Don't eat here.
Yes.
Save yourself.
The look on Nick's face when he is trying so hard not to tell Xander how bad the food is.
Can we just talk about that scene when Nick and Tracy are enjoying the view and talking about how it's nice and quiet, and then they try the Greek food, and Nick's like, my eyes are watering.
Bless him. Like, I mean, it's hard enough on the average person. When you're a chef, that has to make it like 100 times harder.
Yeah, I've had Greek food, but not whatever they had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Greek food in and of itself is not bad, I would say, but like Xander's cooking was just so bad.
Yes.
That, yeah. Also, this is like way ahead in the movie. But can we talk about Xander grabbing Nick by the collar, asking him to teach him how to cook?
That was hilarious.
It's like, okay, I will help you. Let go. Take your hands off of me.
Yeah. Depending on what it is, I actually like Greek food.
I'm not sure if
I think it's
had
pretty
much
good.
of it, to tell you the truth, but I mean, I like a different variety of foods. I eat pretty plain within those, but I like a different variety of stuff. So
I know I've had Greek chicken. I feel like I've had other stuff, but I can't remember what. Right down the road, maybe about 10, 15 minutes from my high school, there is a restaurant. I think it's still open, and it's called Athens, and it's a Greek restaurant. And when I was a kid, we would go out there to eat sometimes. And then as I started school, where I actually graduated from, we would go out there sometimes as well, like after I would get out for the day or like after cheerleading practice. Sometimes.
yeah,
It's really good. It's a great restaurant.
that's awesome.
I love this scene right here, and it is when Nick and Tracy walk through town and promise to never talk about the donkeys again. And then I think they start to dance, but then they get interrupted by Leo. And I think Tracy starts to pay him like a small amount for the portrait that he did of her. Then they go on talking about, you know, America, and Leo's impression of an American was perfect.
What was the
Perfect.
problem, like Law and Order or something like that?
Yeah. He says, in the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups.
Bless him. He was so cute.
Yes, the young boy that played Leo was great.
Mm-hmm.
That line, though, I'm not even kidding. I watch Law and Order sometimes. That is word for word what it says.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I remember that he was saying he learned the American accent from watching American TV.
Yeah. I'm not sure that would work for me to like learn Spanish by watching Spanish television though. Like I hear a lot of
Uh-uh.
people say that about learning English, and I'm just like, how? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how this is supposed to work. Oh,
Yeah, not at all. What did you think of Tracy finding Nick cooking in the kitchen because he wants to help Tessa and Xander?
I mean, I felt bad for Tracy, but at the same time,
Yeah,
I thought it was adorable. Like, I would not blame Nick at all. Like,
yeah,
I really do not blame him at all. Again, I do feel a little bit bad for Tracy, but I don't
yeah,
think Nick was in the wrong, truthfully, to do that.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
also, can we talk about, okay, when they first get to the little inn there,
mhm,
the honeymoon suite is not available, so I think they get
yeah,
put in room 4, if I'm
yes,
not mistaken, just temporarily. And
yeah,
Tracy hangs the wedding veil up because they're taking it to
yep,
Nick's sister in
mhm,
Spain. So then when Xander moves their bags, he doesn't realize there's a veil hanging in the closet.
mhm,
So when Tracy realizes the veil's missing, they go on the hunt for it.
yeah,
And who should be holding it when Tessa walks up? Colin. I loved that. I loved that they had the guy being the one with the veil this
yeah,
time. I loved that to
yeah,
me.
yes. I
What
loved that too.
what was the line he says later on? Because the veil keeps showing up in his closet. So he ends up saying something about like, does the veil have other powers like teleportation?
Yes. Oh, I found it. He says, "Does the veil have other skills besides finding love?
Yes,
Teleportation, perhaps?"
yes, yes. Oh my gosh. So funny.
Yeah. Tracy's video chat with Avery and Emma. And Tracy is talking about how she and Nick promised they wouldn't work on their honeymoon and the mention of Stanley. Tracy shows off the views of the inn and Nick, which was hilarious. And then she hangs up the phone and Nick says, "What are you reading?" And Tracy says, "Your
You're
mind."
mine. Oh my word. So cute. So cute.
Yeah.
I would love to see the two of them do more movies together, especially a mystery series. I would love to
Yeah.
see the two of them do a mystery series together.
Yes. And Victor has done a mystery series as well as Allison. So,
Hmm. Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Allison's actually done a couple of different
Two. Yeah.
series. I did see that they're making another Hannah Swenson mystery though, which
Mhm.
I'm super excited for. I love those.
Yes, me too.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. And I
Um,
love Cameron as well.
oh yeah, absolutely.
A little while after their conversation by the pool, Lady Dalton and Colin arrive in town.
Hmm.
And then after that, we see a conversation with Tracy and Leo about art, which was so sweet. And I loved the encouragement that she gave him.
Hmm. Yeah. I loved seeing that maternal side of Tracy
Hmm.
come out
Yeah.
in this particular movie because we haven't really seen that side of. And I mean, even throughout this movie, like, she's crying, and even Nick's like, "This is not you. Like, this is not normal. What is going on with you?" Like, she's like, I know it's not me. I know it's not normal, but I don't know what's going on with me." Like,
Yeah.
watching her fall apart was actually kind of fun because
Yeah.
she's always so together, so cut and dried, whatever. So to see her kind of break down a little bit was actually kind of fun.
Hmm. And Leo giving Tracy the drawing of the woman and the young boy. Oh, my heart.
Mhm. Yep, yep. I know we already mentioned the fact that Colin is the one holding the veil when he
Hmm.
meets Tessa, But can we also mention him helping her like around the inn and stuff?
Yeah.
That paintbrush scene.
Let's just talk about that since we're there.
Oh my gosh.
He says, "That's a lovely shade. Does it match my eyes?"
Oh my word. Like that is smooth. But I mean that is like straight out of The Gift of Peace.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like
That's immediately what I thought of
yes,
when seeing this scene.
yes.
And I thought it was really sweet how he tells Tessa that the paint improves the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't Brennan's character say almost the same thing about his shirt?
Very similar, yeah. Very similar.
Like, I have tons of these shirts. Or something like that.
Oh, word. I still think Brennan's character should have had Nikki's character sign the shirt. Like, sign her masterpiece. I mean, she's an artist after all. An artist sign their paintings. So
Yeah. The scene with Nick and Tracy and Lady Dalton and Colin at dinner.
yes.
Nick is talking about his and Tracy's honeymoon being delayed. Lady Dalton mentioning how that's criminal neglect.
She don't pull punches, I'll say that.
Yeah. And then Tracy tells the legend of the veil. And Xander's like, "Oh, I love romantic stories."
Was this the movie where I think it was, and I think it was him when they're trying to figure out the whole veil situation? He's like, "Oh, I love mysteries. Who done it? Not me."
Yeah. Yeah. The line is, "I love mysteries. Who did it? Not me."
He was so flippin' cute. Oh my word!
Oh my gosh.
I love his
Yeah.
character.
Me
I
too.
did love when Colin came down in the kitchen and found Nick and Tracy cooking together. Like I knew that couldn't have been his cooking. Like
Yeah.
he noticed the difference.
Yeah. This was a very brief moment or exchange, but I loved when Tracy is on the phone with Stanley and then she finishes that conversation and Lady Dalton is basically standing right there and she gets a little bit of encouragement to Tracy, which I thought was really nice. I actually really liked Lady Dalton in this movie.
I thought it was really cute when Tracy found Lady Dalton breaking into her room, and Lady Dalton's like, "Oh, wait, this is the wrong room." She's like, "Yeah, that might have worked if I hadn't literally seen you picking my lock with a hand like a pro." Like,
yeah. And can we just talk about her matchmaking throughout this movie?
so cute. And when she gives Tracy these letters to auction on, so she can set up kind of a scholarship, whatever, for Leo, and also so she can buy a little house there to be near Colin and Tessa.
That's really sweet. That was one of my favorite moments.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just talk about the scene when Tracy talks to Nick about her theory with Colin and Tessa, and then Nick stands up for Tracy to the headmaster about giving Leo the art set.
Attaboy, Nick. I love that because like Tracy's not
Yeah.
somebody who needs somebody to stand up for her. She
Yeah.
can stand up for herself and for others. But I love that we see that protective side of Nick come out. Kind of like, okay, if you want to bully somebody around, you come talk to me. Leave her out
Yeah.
of this. Like, you come
Yes.
to my face. but yeah, I thought that was
Yeah. Like nobody gets by
really
me.
Yep.
And that next scene with the flirting between Nick and Tracy when she says, "My hero."
Oh my
I
gosh.
think I need a fan.
I love the scene where what does he say that he'll be Watson to her Sherlock, and then Nick to her Nora, which of course is from the Thin Man detective movies with William
Yeah.
Powell and Myrna Loy. But that was so cute.
Yeah. And while we're on that scene, let's just talk about that for a second. I love how he says, "The case of the transporting veil."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that we got to see Tracy doing a little bit of like detective work in this, considering Allison does a lot of
Yeah.
detective stuff for
Yeah. I love that too. Backing up just a little bit, Tracy's phone conversation with Emma and Avery, and then the conversation with Leo. Tracy mentions to Emma how she feels bad about getting Leo in trouble. Emma says, "I think it's sweet that you're worried about him." And then Avery says, "Just like a mama bear." And Tracy says, "Okay, let's not get carried away here."
Mm-hmm.
And then they talk about Nick's cooking, and Leo is like standing right behind Tracy at this moment, and he recognizes Emma. And he says, "I know her. That's everyone's favorite art historian."
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Or so cute.
Yeah. Well, both. Yeah.
Yeah.
For them to crush her honeymoon, like I get the fact that Emma was invited there to do that history video, and then Avery shows up. Like the only way that makes sense. First of all, it must be nice to have that kind of money to just like, just up and go to Greece for a few days. But the only way that makes sense is you never see just two of the friends together. It's always all three of them together.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason it makes any sense for Avery to come to Greece. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was like what, 2 hours away, so it's not as big a deal for her to come. But Avery literally like flew in from the United States for
Yeah.
that. It's like,
Yeah.
why? Like,
Yeah.
but those views, though, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
when they took that hike.
Yeah.
And I think they said that was the first time a movie had ever been filmed there, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
At the Acropolis. That was the very first
Yeah.
movie ever filmed at the Acropolis. Way
That
to
is so
go,
cool.
Hallmark.
Yes. So cool.
Yeah. I have to say, when and if I ever get married, if my friends crash my honeymoon, I would probably be annoyed.
So in other words, me and Morgan don't need to be Avery and Emma in this case.
No,
Oh my gosh.
don't pull an Avery and Emma, please. I have to go back to the scene with Tracy and Leo for just a second when Leo had said that he recognized Emma. I love when Tracy gets off the phone with Emma. Leo and Tracy are talking, and Leo says, "There's no money in art, Leo. You're wasting your time, Leo. Do more math, Leo." It was funny, but then it also kind of made me sad at the same time.
Yeah.
And he was quoting what the headmaster had told him.
Yeah. I mean, I think especially as creative people, you and I can relate to this where, people think that we should be devoting our time in other areas or whatever. But at the same time, I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff like, yes, in school there are things like he does need to study his math and
Mhm.
whatever. But I don't know about you, I have not diagrammed a sentence since I have been out of school. There's a certain I have not used algebra since I got out of school. Like I mean, there's just various things that it's just like,
Mhm.
why do we have to spend so much time focusing on certain aspects like this
Yeah.
when we should really be devoting time to
Mhm.
skills that
Yes.
you know like I know that to a certain extent the basics of things do need to be learned, but I just feel
Yeah.
like there could be more time devoted to actually
Mhm.
enhance skills and not just
Yeah.
filling their heads with book knowledge. So
Yeah. This is something that also is a big part of this movie, and it is Emma doing a video at his school at the request of Leo, which I
hmm
thought was awesome.
yes, so sweet.
Yeah.
I love that she included him in the video too.
Yes, I loved that. That was awesome with him
Running,
running. Yeah,
yeah, preparing
because
for the
he wants to be a runner.
hmm
This was a very nice moment between Tracy and Lady Dalton, and it is when they are talking about Colin and the veil. I think this is when they are sitting outside
hmm
at the table. I thought that was really nice.
hmm yeah. I like some of the interaction between Nick and Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like for example,
Yeah.
when Nick invites Leo to run with him, and what was it? He said something about like the sad part about it is I know you're holding back, and Leo's like, don't feel too bad, you run good for an old for an older man or something. He's like,
Yeah.
excuse me. Oh my word! But it is hilarious
Yeah.
though, like, watching him. Uh,
Yes. That was really funny. That was one of my favorite Nick and Leo scenes.
hmm That one, and when Nick goes after him and finds him at the Acropolis.
Yes. While we're at that scene, I just thought it was really sweet how Leo wanted to move to New York with
hmm
Nick and Tracy. And I think he was
hmm
asking if he could write letters to his uncle and even
hmm
visit him sometimes.
Yeah, I love how he was asking if he could still represent Greece in the Olympics if he moved to
Yes,
New York.
that too.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
yes.
The moment with Tracy, Emma, and Avery on the steps at the Acropolis and seeing the view, those views,
Mm, yep.
so beautiful.
I love that they got Nick in the picture when they took their selfie. That was so
I
cute.
was about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emma says it's undeniably selfie time, and they invite Nick to be a part of it. And I think the line was, we crashed your honeymoon. It's only fair that you crash our
I saw
selfie.
selfie. Yes.
And as Nick, Tracy, and Emma make their way to walk up the next set of stairs, I love how Avery says, "Oh, great, more steps." Me.
Same. Same. Although she could have worn a little more reasonable pair of shoes for doing that. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, but that would be me.
hmm
Great, more steep stairs.
hmm
Although they weren't really that steep. I mean, they were a little steep, but
Yeah.
in this scene, we find out a little bit more about Leo and his backstory when Tracy, Emma, Avery, and Nick have a conversation with Headmaster Papadopoulos. At first, they're talking about Emma's videos, and then they go on talking about Leo. And he lives full time at the school and has no family, which is why art is not encouraged as a career Headmaster Papadopoulos wants more for Leo and believes learning a trade would be beneficial.
Mhm.
What were your thoughts on Headmaster Papadopoulos? Do you think that he was doing the right thing
I think
for
his heart
Leo?
was in the right place.
Yeah.
I don't think he was going about it in the right way. Also, I think he had kind of become attached to Leo, and I don't think he wanted to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
he was not just another student to
Mm-hmm.
him. I think in a
Yeah.
lot of ways he had become very attached to him and kind of wanted to
Yeah.
hold on to him himself.
Yes.
Um, but I think his heart was in the right place.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. Okay. This scene with Tracy trying to make the PB&J with the wrong ingredients. Tahini and fish eggs.
Oh man, there's a side of me that really would have loved to have seen her like actually take a bite of that before Nick told her what it was. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I have like just a tiny bit of a troublemaking streak. Not too bad, but just a little bit. Oh my word,
I don't think I've ever had tahini or fish eggs, but that just sounds,
disgusting. Yep.
yeah. Fish eggs almost sound as bad as the first time I heard of escargot. But I've had escargot, and that is actually very good. So who knows? Fish eggs could be good.
Maybe. I know a lot of people love sushi, and I'm just like, I can't. Like, I cannot get past
Sushi.
that
Okay,
in
yes,
my.
that would be a good comparison.
Yeah, I'm like, I just can't get past this in my mind. I just can't. But
The only
um,
sushi that I really like is the one that is wrapped in rice,
mm,
which that is
yeah,
actually pretty good with the
yeah.
salmon, I think, inside of it.
I just can't get past the raw fish thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like,
Also, in this scene, I thought that the conversation with her and Nick after the whole PB&J thing was really sweet. You know,
mm,
she tells him that he's the best husband in the world. Then they go on talking about Leo, and Tracy starts crying. And Nick
mm.
says, "There's no crying on honeymoons." And Tracy says, "That's baseball."
That is so Tracy.
Oh my gosh. I have to get off topic just for a second because this is reminding me of something that happened a while back. Like, I don't even remember what year it was, but it was a couple of friends that we have from Florida. They had come to visit and they were staying with us. And I think my dad and then our friend Tim and then my brother, they had gone out to play golf. And I don't remember what happened, but I think Tim had made like an error on a play or something. Like he had made a putt or the ball didn't end up where it needed to be. And I think jokingly he started like fake crying. And my brother was like, "There's no crying in golf."
Oh, I would be. I'm just saying, I would be.
And my brother was a little boy at this point, like
Yeah,
probably younger than 10.
yeah. That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. Good times. I also love in this scene how Nick supports Tracy wanting to help Leo.
Hmm.
And, you know, Tracy feels called to doing this. And I
Yeah,
love that
yeah.
because we know in past movies she really hasn't wanted to have a family
Mhm.
of her own and
Yeah.
hasn't felt quite an attachment to kids
Mhm.
like she has with Leo.
Yeah.
I believe this is the next day, and Tracy, Emma, and Avery, they say their goodbyes because it's time for Emma and Avery to head back home. They talk about how Peter is still involved in the children's art program, which I loved. And then they also want to find a better school for Leo, which is where Peter comes into this.
Mhm.
What did you think about that? And Peter being involved with,
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was
yeah,
very appropriate. Um, I thought it was funny that Avery called Tracy to like tell her what was going on, and she was
yeah,
like, "Act surprised when Peter tells you."
yeah,
Oh my word!
yeah. The first kiss with Colin and Tessa. That was so cute.
What was it? She said something like, "Are you gonna break my heart?" And he said, "I don't do that."
I don't do that.
And then he's like asking if he can kiss her, and before he can even get the words out, she just like plants one on him.
Oh, my heart.
So cute.
Oh, my goodness. This has to be one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And it is when Nick and Tracy take Leo to see his uncle in Athens. Oh my gosh, this one got me a little teary eyed.
All of his drawings all over the room. So cute. So sweet.
Yeah. And the fact he remembered Leo.
Hmm.
A little bit later on, Tracy has another phone conversation with Emma and Avery, and they are talking about schools for Leo. Peter found one in New York about 12 blocks from the house.
Hmm.
Wow. That's some great investigative work, Peter.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then we get the moment with Lady Dalton and Tracy when she gives her the letters and
Hmm.
mentions the scholarship.
Hmm.
Thought that was so nice, so kind of her. Another favorite scene is when Nick and Tracy have a conversation on the bench about his sister Monica and Leo. And then him complimenting her about the view.
Hmm.
You know, she says something about how it's a beautiful view, and then I think he is referring to her, not the actual view.
Hmm. Yeah. They are so sweet together.
Yes, they are. After the conversation with Nick and Leo at the Acropolis, Headmaster Papadopoulos gives the okay for Leo to attend school in New York and live with Nick and Tracy.
Hmm. Man,
Yay!
I love it.
Me too.
I will say the only thing I was disappointed about with this movie was the fact that they did not legally adopt Leo.
I know.
But that's just weird. I really don't understand the why of that.
I
I
don't
mean, he's
either.
living with them. He's calling her mom.
Mom.
Like, I don't understand why they would,
I don't know.
unless the only thing that makes sense was he asked would he still be able to represent Greece in the Olympics, and if they adopted him, he would have become an American citizen, and he wouldn't have been able to do that probably. So
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
that's the only thing that makes sense in my mind. But
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know.
know. And let's just talk about that time jump for a second. Colin
Mm-hmm.
and Tessa's wedding. Of course, she is wearing the veil,
Mm-hmm.
and the conversation with Tracy, Emma, and Avery about the veil and Nick's sister Monica finding love was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Her wedding is next month in New York.
Mm-hmm. I still want to know if she married Chandler. I mean, it's New York and Monica, so I still want to know if she married Chandler.
Yeah.
Just say it.
I don't know. Cue the Friends theme song.
Right? I'll be there for you.
Even though I've hardly watched that show.
Oh,
I do know the song though. Not from memory, but I do know the song.
yeah. So no one told you life was
It's
gonna
be
be
this way.
Yeah. Your job's a joke you broke. Your love life's still late. It's like you're only stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you. Of course
I
it
had to
goes.
do the little clapping thing.
I knew what you were doing, yeah. Lord. I love the fact that Tracy finally admits that she believes in the veil.
Yes. Yep. Emma says, "Can you imagine how different our lives would be without the veil?" Tracy says, "I can't even think about it." And Avery says, "Does this mean you finally believe?" And of course, she agrees.
Yeah. Can we talk about the actual end though?
Yeah. They are at the jewelry store, and the guy starts talking about the legend of a necklace. And it sounds like he's going to say the same thing. And then it ends.
They totally, I don't think they're going to do any more with the actual veil, but they totally left themselves an opening to do more movies with characters.
Yeah.
So.
And cue another song. Cue Summer Nights from Greece. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah. Was it love at first sight?
Tell me more. Tell me more. Did you put up a fight? Da-da, da-da, da.
Da-da. Oh, Lord. I wish it was easier to do like sing along stuff through Zoom because I mean it's like it's off on timing a little bit and I know it, but that would be so fun if we could figure out how to do it.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Like, oh man.
Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more. I'm not gonna even attempt to sing the rest because I'm gonna be off key. That is a hard song to sing. I will say that.
Yeah. Okay, I have not watched Fuller House, but I have seen the clip of DJ and Steve when they were having like a karaoke night at the house, and they start. She's like, I don't even know. He's like, I don't even know if I remember it, and then they just start singing it.
I remember that episode.
Oh my word!
I love that episode, and then I love the movie Grease too. Classic movie, classic musical.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Grease?
I have. I wasn't really that impressed, to tell you the truth. I could see why it was a classic, but let's just say a lot in it I cannot approve of.
Yeah, I mean that I don't really like. Of course, I don't approve of some of the things in it, but I still enjoy the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of stuff from that era.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'll enjoy something occasionally, but for the most part, it's not going to be it's not going to be something that really just grabs me. But honestly, I'm that way about the musical Annie with Carol Burnett. Like, I watched it once, and I'm like, I honestly don't care if I ever watch it again. And especially my parents' generation, you hear them talk about, they're like, that's our childhood. Like, they loved that stuff growing up, and it's like, yeah, have you watched it since you grew up? Like,
I mean that's another one. I love Annie, but I mean, I couldn't watch it every day. It's very good, but
It was
it's
depressing to me.
it's got some deep
Yeah.
stuff in it, but I mean, it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, I think for me it just wasn't what I was expecting. Having heard like my mom talk about it all my growing up years, and you know, all the people in her age group that just love this movie, whatever, that I watch it and I'm like, y'all love this? Like seriously?
Oh
Um
my gosh.
so I think it was more of the shock element of, okay,
I
this is
understand
not
that.
what I was expecting. So
I
yeah.
mean, I like it, but I totally can understand where you're coming from with that.
And
But
maybe if
it
I had
is,
grown up watching it, I might
yeah, it's not a favorite, but
like it.
I always enjoy watching it when I do. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but
Yeah. I would say like top favorite musical of all time. Oh wow. I'm torn between Sound of Music and White Christmas.
okay, I
But
love The Sound of Music. I'm not gonna lie, I love The Sound of Music.
I love that movie. Like I have not seen it in years.
I
but
haven't either.
I can still pretty much sing all the
Yeah.
songs. There might be one or two that I can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched that movie so much, and then White Christmas is really special to me. But I also really like Singing in the Rain. That one's also
I knew
really
you were gonna say that
yeah. Yeah.
because I know your love of that era.
Yep.
I knew you were
Yep.
gonna say that.
Oh man. My favorite Fred Astaire Ginger Rogers movie is Shall We Dance. I love that.
Okay, I've never seen White Christmas. I've never seen Singing in the Rain from what I can remember, and I've never seen the one that you just said. My mind is already
We Dance.
blanking on the name.
Shall We Dance.
What? Yes,
Shall We
that
Dance.
one.
Yeah. I need you and Morgan to like come to my house for like actually at this point it's probably gonna take us like 2 months at least to go through everything that I have.
Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. But I love musicals. It just depends on what they are.
Yeah.
But we just got way off topic for a second. We went on a little rabbit trail.
It's fine. We went down the rabbit hole. We didn't just go down the trail. We went down the rabbit hole.
To wrap up, let's just talk about that brief little moment at the very end with Nick and Tracy sharing when they first met each other.
Mm-hmm.
So cute. And I love how Tracy says, all's fair in love and veils.
Yep. Yes.
Such a great movie. I would give it 4.5 out of 5.
I agree. I think we can safely say that Expectations is the best out of all 6.
Yeah.
But yes, this one was very good.
Yes, I agree. I would love to see more of these, if possible, but I'm glad that we have gotten the movies that we have with these characters.
And please, Hallmark, keep doing more All-Star movies.
Please, yes. Yes.
We love them, so keep doing that.
Yes. Well, this is always so much fun. Thank you, Kerri, for joining for this review of The Wedding Veil Journey.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and we will definitely have you back on again. All right, Hallmarkies, I think that wraps up our recap of The Wedding Veil Journey. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed and have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. And we will see you next time. We love y'all. Bye.